energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage, just a singing.
What up? Welcome back. Heavy NBA, we just started. Going with the NBA introduction. Got a lot of NBA going on this weekend. But next time we'll play the show next time. We just want to throw up the little NBA playoffs since they started. Game 1. Let's go.
I love it.
All right. Welcome back to the bottom line, episode 47. Oh, come on now. Stuff's messing up on me here. Now we going.
Oh, way up.
Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah. All right. Episode 47. NBA playoffs. We played that. Usually we just do that on when we do NBA specials, but hey, we just threw it up there. We only played it a couple times. Which one?
Your daughter.
Oh, is she? Hey. What's up, Abigail?
Hey.
I mean, Amariah. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm bad. My bad. Amariah. Yeah. Canteen, crazy. He is crazy. All right, welcome to the show, 47. Appreciate Amariah being in there. That's my youngest. She's in there. Celtics, Lakers, final chip. I know you're not Abby. Amariah. I was looking down at my notes. I was trying to talk at the same time. It just came out wrong.
Hold on.
All right.
Bro, let me see.
So yeah, episode 47. Bottom line. I'm Flo. That guy over there. That's Canteen. And this is the bottom line. Welcome back. We got 1,076 members on the Facebook group. 1,076 members on the Facebook group. We appreciate everybody. All the new members. Almost up to 1,100 on the Facebook group. I think we grew like 2 or 3 members on in YouTube. So we're coming up on YouTube now. But yeah, I was gonna forgot to put in the graphics in the background, but let me put those on real fast.
Hey, what's the name running his mouth already?
What?
Celtics and Lakers in the finals.
Is that my son-in-law? In there running his mouth? Come on now. Yap. All right, welcome to the show. We're gonna talk a little baseball, a little NFL, a little this and that. So real quick, let's look at the schedule here. Let me bring it up here. Let's see here. Where are we at?
You said baseball, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna go ahead and just shoot up the schedule for the USFL. So USFL started this week today. I believe the Stars beat the Showboats earlier today, and I think the Generals and the Stallions are playing right now. And then tomorrow there's the Panthers and the Gamblers, Houston Gamblers, and the Maulers versus the Breakers. A little USFL, if you're getting itching for some football, there's your football fix for a little bit if you guys want to watch any football. But yeah, you gonna watch any of that this year in the USFL? You gonna tune in some football? It's not bad.
Bit of it. I mean, I did see I did see a they had like a documentary they wrote about it.
Yeah.
On Hulu. I some of the games, man. Just keep it interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you got to. You know what you need to do? You need to go put a bet on it. Because that keeps stuff interesting for you. Go put a bet on somebody, and then you'll be interested.
I mean, the
go bet on the points.
Tigers look pretty good. They won today. So.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Yeah, they won today, 27-23. It was a close game. And then right now the Birmingham Stallions are beating the
17.
Generals 10-7 right now. Yeah. So that's the Michigan Panthers, Houston Gamblers tomorrow, Pittsburgh Maulers, and the New Orleans Breakers. Yeah, let us know what you think, man. You think you guys are gonna watch any of this? USFL?
Elias said one of his boys plays tight end for the Generals. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Who's that? We'll shout him out. One of your guys. He played football with you, or you just know him from like back in the day. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You're playing for the
Good
Generals.
stuff.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. You never know. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm all right. Don't say favorite. Don't say that. All right. So welcome to the show. Let's hit the MLB. They started up recently. So Logan Webb got an extension with the Giants. San Francisco Giants agreed to a 5-year extension, $90 million for the San Francisco Giants. He emerged as a good pitcher for the Giants in the recent years. He's only 26. He originally drafted in the 4th round out of Rockland, California. But he's emerged as a pretty decent starter for the Giants. He has a 3.04 ERA and 3.9 strikeout to walk ratio. Has had 62 appearances since 2021. What are your thoughts? Is that a good move by the Giants? Get him signed up, get him locked up?
I think for the Giants, that is it, man. When you look at them right now, they ain't looking too high, right? They're not even playing.
That's what I'm saying.
500, right? I mean, that's a good deal for them.
It's early.
To bring in
though.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you get those. That's kind of your key. Sometimes in Major League Baseball, you got to lock up your pitchers. If you get a good pitching staff, a good starter and reliever and all that. If you can get it lined up, then you can, later on in the season you can make a good run.
Absolutely, you're right.
And then the Tampa Bay. What about the Tampa Bay Rays? Just lost their first game yesterday, but they were 13-0 until yesterday. Outscored their opponents 78-20 in 11 of their 13 games, and 11 of their 13 wins have come by at least 4 runs or more. So can they keep up this pace? I mean, they're like, way above the pace of everybody else. The next best team is the Atlanta Braves, 10-4, but they were. It looks like they lost again today. They're 13-2, so they may have lost again today. So they may be cooling off now. So yeah, they may be cooling off. But baseball's getting heated up. Starting out, baseball's a long season, man. It's a long season, man. It is so long. Goes through all the summer. Yeah, I mean, the playoffs start in October. 162 games. Is that right?
Yeah, something like
in October. Yeah. Somewhere in October, right? Yeah, such a long season. All right, let us know what you think about baseball. We know we got some baseball people. Me and Canteen aren't the best baseball people, but we like talking all sports. All right, so a little NFL. Let's talk a little NFL. Yeah, let's talk a little NFL. We got Dan Snyder has reached a deal to sell the Commanders to a group led by the 76ers owner Josh Harris. And also that group includes Magic Johnson. Shout out to Magic Johnson. So they're selling it in principle right now for $6 billion. The owners did not want to kick out Dan Snyder because it just looks bad, and it means, hey man, maybe we can get kicked out. They don't want to set that precedence, so they'd rather him sell the team, and that way, it just looks better on everybody. It makes it. I don't know. It's just one of those things you don't want to get kicked out. So he ends up selling the team to this group led by the 76ers owner and Magic Johnson included in that group. So the Commanders have only had 2 playoff wins since 1999. Only outdone by the Browns, who have 1, and the Lions, who have 0 playoff wins since 1999. So in the last 25 years, Only 2 playoff wins. This is a good thing for the Commanders. Should the fans be excited about selling this team? What do you think?
I really Commanders, man. You know, Snyder issues up in the front office and different things of that nature. Ownership, you know, Rivera Riverboat Ron is a good coach, but I just think bring ownership with a different perspective and trying to fit players to win. Like they haven't. The NFC, they haven't really produced it that much, but different ownership may bring about some changes with it. I applaud.
Right.
I actually applaud.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're still under a second investigation. I mean, it seems like in the long run, this may be a good thing for the Washington Commanders, but I mean, short term, it feels like it's going to take them a couple years to really get going, to really turn things around. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think. I mean, the coach is under, a lot of pressure right now. Right now, his starter Sam Howell, who's a rookie last year.
Right.
They got Jacoby Brissett in there, so it's not like they have their key position at quarterback is not set yet. I mean, it's not great, and so and I don't think they pick high enough this year to really get another good quarterback. So I mean, yeah. So they're not set at quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, what do you think of the Commanders? Maybe make a move to move up into that top 2 or 3. Because I mean, the word on the street is who's got the second pick now? I'm trying to think. What are the picks now? I know Carolina's got the first pick. NFL draft.
I can tell you right now.
Picks by team. Let me see. So, see what we got.
Houston should be 2, right? Is it Houston?
Houston. Okay, is it Houston? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think it's Houston.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So Houston. Word on the street is they don't want C.J. Stroud. If Carolina picks, hey, who's that? If Carolina picks,
hold on.
Somebody said hi team. No, you're good. But if Carolina picks Bryce Young, word is that Houston does not want C.J. Stroud. So
I know that's D.
Okay. Hello to D. Shout out to D. So here's a question: could someone like the Commanders move up to number 2 or 3? Because we know that the Cardinals don't want a quarterback either.
You're gonna get what's
you know what I'm saying?
Back, Tyler Murray. The Washington Commanders willing to give up
that's what I'm saying.
Whole lot. Commanders be willing to give up a whole
to move
whole
up.
lot
I mean, they need a quarterback. Could
And
this new ownership say, "Hey, y'all go get a quarterback"?
Bryce Young
Go get us a
or
quarterback.
Stroud or somebody like that was the Washington scheme of doing things.
Right. Yeah, it all depends how aggressive this new ownership might want to be. Because, I mean, you got to have that quarterback. I mean, that's the one thing in NFL we know. You got to have a quarterback set. You got to have your starter. It's got to be somebody who's a top 10 kind of quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You can't be less than the top 15. You got to be at least 15 or better depending on what kind of team. You can be a defensive team and have a so-so quarterback. But if you don't have that quarter, I mean, I don't think Sam Howell would start on any other team over anybody that's in there now. I mean, I'm not seeing them as a.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was. Who knows? Maybe he picks up the offense at the end of this offseason. But
I don't foresee.
Let us know what you think about the Commanders being sold.
I don't foresee a Sam Howell being a prominent. I don't foresee that.
Right? Yeah, I don't either. I don't know how that would work out. I mean, you have to think that Ron Rivera. He's got new ownership, so I mean, are they going to give him a chance? Because he was on the hot seat before the team got sold, and now what are you going to do, right? I mean, I don't know, but we'll see. Let's see if they make a big move. You have several teams that need to move up. There's really not a head and shoulders. A lot of people say Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are basically the same guy, except C.J.'s a little bigger, a little taller, and Bryce has probably he's a little more ready to play right away. a little better accuracy, but there's not a lot of difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? And then beyond that, then it's just kind of you're just gambling on one of those guys is going to hit, right? And so we'll talk a little NFL draft. The next couple of weeks is coming up in a couple of weeks, but I mean, you got players like Hendon Hooker, who's considered up in that after C.J. Stroud. You got Will Levis from Kentucky, Anthony Richardson. Right, yep. Yeah. So you got a lot of quarterbacks that are just kind of like that. They're not really top tier considered. I mean, they could hit, they could do well, but I mean, you're not going to spend a top 3 or 4 pick on one of those guys. I mean, to be honest, I don't think you would. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we'll talk a little more NFL. But moving on to some more NFL, the Lamar Jackson saga continues. Ravens The Ravens signed OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. And OBJ says that he hopes to play. You know, he signed and hoping to play with Lamar Jackson. OBJ signed a $15 million contract. Number one, the first question is that a good move for the Ravens overall to sign Odell Beckham to that kind of contract, a 1 year kind of make it or break it? But it's a big, I mean, $15 million is a big contract. I mean, most people were saying that someone might sign him for $4 or $5 million, but this is like triple what people were thinking he was going to get out in the open market.
Correct. And it's like it's incentivized. So many touchdowns. So he has a lot of incentives built in his contract. That, if you look at this,
right,
Lamar Jackson wants them to get DeAndre Hopkins to bring him to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, is this the second question? Is does this show that they want to? The Ravens want to make a deal with Lamar Jackson and get things going, and make a deal with him. You know, does this kind of show? Hey, we want to make a deal. We want to get this going. We want to. What do you think? I mean,
I think they're gonna make a deal, but they're not gonna do it for a guy like Lamar Jackson. They're not gonna do it. Flow.
Right.
Deal, but he's not gonna get the deal matched like a Wilson or to the kid at Cleveland. He's not gonna get a nine. He's not gonna get a supermax deal. They may give him $100 million. They may cap it out of that.
There was some people thinking, hey, maybe this is kind of desperate, giving OBJ such a big contract just to kind of like, you know, put the carrot in front of Lamar Jackson. Hey, we're trying to get your receiver.
We're trying to get some weapons.
It's kind of a desperate move by them. I don't know. Some people are saying it's kind of a desperation move. I don't know. I think it was a little high. I think they spent too much on him. I mean, no one else is going to give him that contract. Where was OBJ going to go? I mean, that's probably the best deal he'll get anywhere. I feel like they did overpay him a little bit. I feel like the Ravens kind of overpaid on that. I don't know. But anyway, talking about the draft, taking it. Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
D said that's a huge investment in a player. I think that's a guy who is injury prone, the injury prone receiver, and as you try to deal anywhere, nobody's gonna pay him that kind of money.
Right. Well, I mean, and you know, people always bring up the fact that hey, he's a former MVP, but that was 3 or 4 seasons ago now. I mean, that's not recent. More recently. He's missed the playoff. He's missed the playoffs the last couple of years. I mean, at the end of the year, he hasn't been available. So that, I mean, the NFL is always what have you done for me lately kind of league, and lately he's been injured. And so Lamar Jackson, should he? I mean, here's the other thing. Should he just go ahead and get an agent? Because this just seems, you know, anytime you don't have an agent, you're basically working directly with the team, and it just feels a little more personal. If you separate yourself from the negotiations, it kind of makes it less personal for you. You know what I mean? It's just business. Let the agent handle the business part, and you handle the football part.
Here's the thing: I don't understand why he does not have. It's common sense. If he had an agent, his agent can do all that aspect of it, and he can focus on the game, but the things that the organization wants them to focus on. Your objective is to win. We're trying to playoffs. We want to win and becoming a better quarterback. If I'm focused on different things of that nature. It doesn't work good. It just it don't make sense.
It seems to get in the way. It gets too personal that way, I think. If you have a guy working for you who's kind of your buffer in between the team and you, and he can kind of buffer all that talk, and talk about injuries or whatever the case they may have, and the agent says, okay, well, look, and he kind of makes the appeals to the team for you, and you don't have to be fighting with the team. You just let him fight for you. And
let him do all.
It's just less personal that way. It's just less personal that way. I mean, I understand he wants to try it his way, but I mean, it ain't working right now. I mean, it's because I don't think anything's going to happen with Lamar as far as another team until after the draft now, because some people might pick up a quarterback now, and then not, after the draft when people realize, okay, hey, we really need a quarterback. Maybe he'll get some looks from some of these teams who really need a quarterback. But right now,
need a quarterback.
Right now, he's not going to get an offer until after the draft for sure. At this point, so let us know what you think about Lamar Jackson negotiations. What do you think is going on there? I mean, should he get an agent? Should the Ravens just sign him for what he wants? I think it's the Browns deal was a bad deal, and no one wants to make that a precedent. So,
right.
So speaking of the draft, so we talked a little bit about this. C.J. Stroud seems to be the number one pick. There's been debate back and forth whether it's going to be C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. A lot of people are saying the Panthers are set on Bryce Young now. Most likely he's going to be the number one pick. But should they go with C.J. Stroud? What would be the benefits of either one? Which one do you think they should pick, in your opinion? Because there's not a lot of Bryce Young's 5'10", right at 200 pounds. C.J. Stroud's 6'3", 214. Bryce played for Alabama, of course. And C.J. Stroud, he didn't have as much time playing, but he's got good arm strength, good size. He's got decent accuracy. Probably Bryce Young's a little more accurate than he is. Should they go? The thing about Bryce Young is people are just saying he's kind of small. So people are worried about a small guy getting injured and that kind of thing. But what do you think? Should they just go ahead and go with Bryce Young, who's probably more ready to play now, or should they go with the bigger guy who's maybe more durable? Not necessarily he's going to be more durable, but the chances are he'll be a little more able to handle an NFL season. Being in a bigger body, C.J. Stroud. Would you go ahead and just go with the guy who's ready to play?
Nah, man.
What do you think?
I'm going with Stroud. I'm going to go with C.J. Stroud. My 6'3".
You're going to go with size over ready to play?
Size, because I want you to think about this. Alabama's great quarterbacks that go to the next level. Your A.J. McCarron's or no quarterback.
Mac Jones?
But he ain't no top tier.
Well, some people will tell you Jalen Hurts is Alabama. But last time I saw him, he was in a Sooner uniform. Alabama tries to claim him. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But Alabama tries to claim him.
Here's my thing. Alabama is infamous for producing good running, defensive players, and good receivers.
Well, yeah, because you think about it, Alabama at almost every position except for quarterback, they're outstanding receivers. They have great running backs. They have a great line. So Bryce Young or whoever's the quarterback is at an advantage that most other quarterbacks don't have. They got pro players and all the offensive positions.
Man.
And so quarterbacks don't have to do as much in Alabama, to be honest. Even though he did have a great year, I think he passed for over 4,000 yards. I don't remember what his exact stats are, but he actually had a good year. It's not like he didn't play well, but he's throwing to guys that are going to be open. In the NFL, sometimes you got to throw to guys who don't look open, or you have to throw them open, or you know what I'm saying. So it's a little different in the NFL. The speed's different and everything, and you're not gonna. The defensive guys you're going against is going to be, as good or better than any defense you played in the SEC, and of course, defensive coordinators are going to scheme for you, and it's just going to get harder. And so that's why a lot of time Alabama quarterbacks don't do well, is because they have so much pro offensive skill players on their side that it makes it easy to play quarterback there, or easier
to play quarterback.
As long as you're a competent quarterback, you're gonna
Similar,
do well
similar
there.
to Georgia.
Similar.
No, team, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, and Georgia's been known to have, pretty good running backs as well. Not so much skill receivers, and as far as wide receivers, they have decent ones, and they're
running backs.
Running backs, they've always had stout running game there. And the last few years, of course, Georgia's had a great defense. So the quarterback hasn't had to, come from behind very often, right? They're usually in the lead, and you're just kind of keeping the lead, or you're just, you're only behind by one score.
Right.
Most of the time. I don't think I've ever seen Georgia down by 2 scores in a while. If they were, it's maybe once in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm just saying, especially the last 2 or 3 years. I can't think of one right now. But
bro, while we on the college football topic, I know we going on 3P. We're going on 3P this year, okay? Back to back. You know,
you're not gonna 3P, man. Who's your quarterback?
Hell, I don't know.
You don't even know. And you're gonna repeat. You don't even know who your quarterback is. Come on now.
I gotta go back and watch. They had this year. I didn't watch the spring game because I've been to the NBA. Go back and see what we were and what we bring to the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we all talked about you don't need to be that great a quarterback at Alabama and Georgia, but you got to be competent. I don't know who you got at quarterback that's going to be competent. Is that guy still there? That young guys? Who are the guy you were calling for to replace Stennett? Benson?
Oregon somewhere.
Who was the guy that you guys? Did he leave? The guy that was behind him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably going to be working with a freshman or a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. And your defense is even going to be more depleted this year. I don't see Georgia repeating. I don't see it. This is a reset year.
Who do you project right now? Ohio.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but they've lost their quarterback too. I don't know if they've got a great. I'd have to look at the college football layout. It's too early to tell. I just don't feel like it's going to be Georgia. I think they're losing too many pieces for Georgia to go and repeat again.
That's a lie. Elias said Wiggins. Hey, Wiggins. But I'm not distracted by the game, man. I'm going to play it.
Don't be distracted. All right. So let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about NBA. Oh, NBA. Some good game ones.
Game 1 was good. The 76ers game.
Some good game ones.
Good.
76ers. And Nets, I picked the 76ers. I thought it was going to be a little closer. They really pulled away in the second half. It was 121 to 101. Did you even give the Nets a chance? I think you said you were going to take the Nets that game. I thought the 76ers would win that game.
The Nets, man.
I mean, Bridges played well. Who was the other guy? Johnson. What's his name? Cameron Johnson. Yeah, Cam Johnson looked pretty good.
Look good, yeah.
So
11.
I anticipate Harden didn't have a great game. He had 23 points. I think he was good from 3, but 23 points and he had 13 assists. If he can keep that pace, and keep assisting people, I think that keep those kind of double-digit assists. I think they'll be successful. They still need Harden to score, so he needs to keep around that 20-point. Embiid, they didn't really need to have a lot of scoring this time. It kind of was spread out this time as far as their scoring is concerned. But Tobias Harris had a good game. But I think for the series, you're going to need Harden to continue to play. He may have to have a big game. One of these games, and you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that from Tobias Harris at 21 points every game. Maxim is capable of giving you that, but I feel like Embiid and Harden are going to have to carry. And Harden has always been inconsistent in the playoffs, so I feel like Brooklyn can stay in this game. I don't know if they'll win game 2, But if they want to stay in this, I think they need to win game 2.
They got to win.
They go down 0-2 to the 76ers. I feel like it's going to get out of hand for them if they go down 0-2 to the 76ers.
Right.
All right. So let's look at the Hawks and the Celtics. You know, Celtics pretty much pulled away from the Hawks. I thought that was going to be a blowout. It was a little bit of a blowout. They won by 13, but they were in control of that game pretty much from the get-go. It seemed like Boston was never in any doubt that they were going to win that game. For the most part, I never thought they were in danger of losing that game. Murray had a good game. Young only had 16 points. Ice Tray, as they say. Capella had 12 points.
12.
That's kind of been the Hawks. If Trae Young doesn't go off, you know, they struggle on offense. You know, that's the problem with the Hawks.
But Boston on the other hand, I mean, Jason Tatum 20.
Right.
What's his name? Jay Brown look good too.
Right. Yeah,
So-
I feel like Brooklyn Hawks just don't have enough firepower. There's also talks of you think Trae Young might be distracted. There's talks of him getting traded
Absolutely.
by the end of the season,
Absolutely.
and so maybe he's
And-
distracted. I don't know.
And things like that, you shouldn't even time. You should be focused on trying to at least get. They rarely get past the first round, and
Right.
I'm paying attention to
Yeah.
at least making the playoffs. I think that the Hawks are gonna get swept.
Okay.
Four
I think
games
they can pull out
is
one
over,
game.
man.
It might be 5. I think they can make 5. It wouldn't surprise me if they get swept. I feel like Trae Young is a little bit distracted. There's a lot of trade talk with him. You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if they can, you know, at least pull. I think they can pull out one game. But we'll see what happens. All right, so let's talk about one more game, and then we'll talk about tonight, the game going on right now. The Knicks and the Cavaliers. This is the only game I got wrong, but it was a close game. I thought the Cavs would pull this out in a close one, but the Knicks, end up pulling this out in a close game.
Right.
Jalen Brunson had a great game, 27 points. Randall struggled, but he pulled out 19 points and had 10 rebounds. He didn't have a great game. This is actually a plus for the Knicks. You would think you would need a good game from Randall to win this game, and Randall struggled, and they still pulled this game off. Of course, Spider Mitchell went out with 38 points, but you know, you didn't have a lot of help from anyone else.
Right.
You know, everyone else, Darius Garland, you know, who's not a guy who's going to give you consistent points, but he's not a guy who's going to give you that consistently.
Yeah.
I think did he average about 20 a game?
I say
Is that what he averaged?
yeah, about 20. Yeah.
Okay, so he okay, yeah, and then of course you had Jared Allen give you 14 points. You know, he's gonna have to come up bigger. He averages 14 points, but I'm just saying he's gonna have to come up big in order to make this a series. Yeah, especially losing that first game, because this was already kind of a close matchup. You know, 4-5s always seems like they're close matchups.
Right.
And with them losing a home game, you know, they have to win the next game. And then the Knicks, I mean, if they can take care of home, I mean, they might slip out of there, you know, taking the Cavaliers out. But I feel like the Cavaliers they got to regroup, go win game, and then they just got to win one in New York. I feel like the Cavaliers can still pull this off. I still think the Cavaliers overall are a better team overall. Yeah, I think they're the better overall team. They have a better defense overall. And, you know, of course, Donovan Mitchell's going to have to carry them on offense, no doubt. So it just depends on if everybody else. Mobley didn't give you but 8 points. You're going to need more points from him going
absolutely.
forward. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think the Cavaliers can put it out. I thought the Knicks played inspired, you know, and Randall kind of gutted it out, despite not having a good shooting night.
He scored 19 points. Randall scored.
Yeah, I mean, but he struggled. It seemed like he was struggling to score.
He was struggling from the
What was he for the game?
23 from 10 from the 3-point.
Yeah.
10,
But he got 10 rebounds. I mean, he played. Yeah, he struggled a little bit. It seemed like he struggled to score. Maybe not percentage-wise. I think he shot 45% from the field, which is a little low. But, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great. And so just the fact that he's kind of struggled, but they still won the game. Jalen Brunson played well. He had a couple of good defensive plays to help him get past.
Yeah.
And I think he scored the last points to put him up. Didn't he? I think he got a steal at the end. I didn't see the whole game, but it was a good game. I mean, that might be a good series. I didn't think it was going to be. I thought Cleveland.
You want me to be?
Yeah.
Cleveland in 6. I think Cleveland will take them to 6.
Cleveland in 6. Okay, so that means they're going to have to win a couple of games in New York.
Yeah.
They go in 6. They'll have to win
6. What? Monday night.
Wow.
Monday night.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. This might go 7. I think
7?
Now that they lost it. Now they lost game 1, I feel like this might go 7 now. Because the Knicks would have to just totally collapse and fall apart for this to go 6 games, in my opinion. Now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all right. So the Kings and the Warriors are tied up right now, 35-35. Whoever's watching right now, appreciate you. The Warriors and the Kings, this was kind of the Kings were just 1-point favorites in this game. It was supposed to be a close game. A lot of people picking the Warriors to win this game. I went with all the home teams, so I picked the Kings to pull out this game in a close game to kind of take command of this, hit. What is it? What's they're saying right now? Light the beam. They hit the beam. Have you seen that? Light the beam in Sacramento. Back in the playoffs after a long drought of being out of the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
So, so what do you think of this matchup? I mean, do you think – I mean, a lot of people are getting – even though the Warriors are the 6th seed, they're saying that they're going to win this game. I give Sacramento a good shot at winning this series. Unless they lose a game at home, I give them a good shot at winning this game.
Warriors in 7,
winning
man.
the series. Warriors in 7. Oh wow! So they're gonna. I don't know if the Warriors win, they got to win in 6, in my opinion, because they're terrible on the road. Well, I mean, all year they've been terrible on the road. I mean, they're playing close right now, but it's only this early in the second quarter.
Yeah, so how does it go? It goes
from
2.
I think for the first round, it's 2-1-1-1.
1-1-1. Yeah.
I think that's how it goes. So it'll be 2 in Sacramento, 2 in Golden State, and then back to Sacramento, back to Golden State.
Golden State and back to Sacramento.
Yeah. If it goes 7, I feel like the Kings win this. I think the only way the Warriors win is in 6. But they're going to have to, let me see, 2. They're going to have to win one in Sacramento to do that. So this would be the best game for them to take in the road. You know what I'm saying? This game 1 kind of surprise them.
They need to win tonight. They need to make a statement.
You're taking the Warriors tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to make this a series, the Warriors need to win tonight. If the Warriors don't win tonight, game 2, I mean, they're a veteran team. If they got to win one of these first 2, the Warriors, to make this a series. I feel if they go down 0-2, they're in trouble.
It ain't good.
I think they're good. I think they might win their 2 games in Golden State, but I think they'll lose the one game 5, and then that game 6 could be up for grabs playing at home. So. But I think if the Warriors don't win one of these don't win one of these first 2 games, I think the Warriors are done in this series. They got to win one of these first 2 games.
But you need consistency from Steph Curry. You need Jordan step up. You need Klay Thompson, Draymond, everybody. And I think the most dangerous to me in the West is I think Golden State. Dangerous, man. Dangerous.
Okay, you think they're dangerous? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's preview game ones for tomorrow, and then we'll kind of give our hey, this is who we think is going to take the Western Conference. This is going to be the Eastern Conference right now. Now that the season is over, all the teams are locked in. So Lakers and Grizzlies tomorrow. Grizzlies are 3.5-point favorites tomorrow. Who you got tomorrow? Lakers and Grizzlies.
I'm going Lake Show tomorrow.
Lake Show tomorrow. Wow.
The Lakers got that, bro. They need that win tomorrow.
I think Lakers, they can win game one or two. They don't have to win tomorrow. They could win game two. I think the Grizzlies are going to come out fired up. I think this would probably be the game to win, but there's so much time in between. There's like 3 days in between. So I think as this series goes on and gets longer, I think that's when the Lakers start to break down.
But
so winning one of these first two games is key for the Lakers for sure.
But then the injury report, they projected that LeBron cannot play or Schroeder. Also,
win this game?
Yeah.
That LeBron may not play game one?
Say doubtful.
What? I would be surprised if he doesn't play game one. I would be very surprised. Yeah, if he doesn't play game one, I mean, this might be over. Yeah, I don't see them winning. You saw a report that LeBron might be out for game one? Really? I didn't hear that. That would have been everywhere, all over the news, all over the sports media.
Yeah, it says doubtful.
Where'd you see that at?
I pulled it from. You know, they have the layout of the team.
Oh, so
when I click on tomorrow's day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be surprised if he didn't play. I mean, unless he's legitimately injured where he can't go, I would be surprised he didn't play. Even if he was limited, I'd be surprised. I got the Grizzlies winning game one, and a close one.
What's the spread towards Memphis, right?
It's 3.5 from Memphis. It's a close game. I'll throw it.
It'll be close.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably take the under on that. Memphis might win by 2 or 3 points, but I feel like they're going to pull it out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I kind of feel like the Grizzlies are going to take this series in 6, but we'll see. The Heat, number 8, playing the Bucks. 9-point favorites here. For me, this is pretty easy. I think the Bucks should win this game. What do you think?
Easy, bro.
Easy? Okay.
Easy.
I think the Heat will give them some trouble, though. The Heat play pretty good defense. I think that this is the game where the Heat could give the Bucks some trouble because the Bucks haven't played in a while. They might be a little rusty. They haven't played in a while. It's been a while. It's been over a week.
A week or so.
They haven't really played a game, and the Heat have been playing games, and so I feel like they're a little more. Yeah, and they're just in playoff mode already. Where the Bucks might come out a little cold, and kind of get them a while to warm up. So this might be the game if the Heat want to, somehow get the upset. They win this game, but I feel like the Grizzlies will get going. I mean, the Bucks will get going sometime during the game. But I feel like they're going to come out a little cold, and and it's going to take them a while to get into the groove, get their chemistry back. All right. So the Clippers, number 5, at the Suns. Suns are 6.5-point favorites here. What do you got tomorrow? Clippers and Suns, game 1.
I'm going Clippers, man.
Clippers. Okay.
Yeah.
Clippers.
And I want to make a statement in this.
But they don't have
series.
Paul George. They don't have Paul George. You still think they're going to win? Okay. Yeah. I feel like the Suns are going to come out swinging. They want to establish themselves here in the playoffs. KD's
early.
I mean, KD's played he's kind of melded pretty well with them. He's kind of fit in rather quickly. I think they're going to play well. I could see the Clippers winning game 2, but I think the Suns will pull this out. It'll be close for most of the game, and the Suns will kind of pull away at the end of the game. Kind of like the 76ers did with the Brooklyn today. And then the number 8 Timberwolves versus number 1 Nuggets. Nuggets are 7.5-point favorites on this one. What do you got in this game 1? Timberwolves Nuggets.
Denver.
Denver.
Denver. And what's the name? You got too many Bears out. Jalen Wells out.
Okay, here's the thing here. Who's out? Who's all's out?
Jalen
For Denver?
for Denver.
Oh, for the Timberwolves?
Timberwolves. Anybody out for Denver? No.
Jaden McDaniels is out. He broke his hand. But I don't know. I feel like the Timberwolves are frisky, man. I feel like they're kind of frisky. Mike Conley's playing well, age 35. Anthony kind of got back on, Ant-Man. He kind of got back on, Kyle Anderson has been playing well, in place of Jaden McDaniels. And then, of course, Karl Anthony Towns has really played well. Rudy Gobert fit in nicely. It seemed like they put this whole punch behind them. I feel like they might surprise the Nuggets here. And then there's going to be a big – yeah, I think they're going to surprise them. And then there's going to be this big push. Oh, the Nuggets are going to lose in the round one again, or they're not, and then they're going to all this talk about Jokic. I think they're going to win the series, but I think they might get surprised in game one. Just because, like I said, the with the Bucks, they're going to come out cold. I feel like the Nuggets might come out a little cold and might struggle early. And then Minnesota, I mean, you saw how they played in that last play-in game. I mean, they poured it on against who was it? The Thunder. 120 to 95. They poured it on against them. Now the Thunder are not the Nuggets, but I feel like if they come out cold, the Nuggets come out a little cold, that the Timberwolves can be a kind of dangerous number 8 seed.
Yeah.
Even though I think that Nuggets will pull this series out, they could surprise them in game one. All right, let's look at the kind of winding this up a little bit. Oops, that's not where I want to go. Oh man, where's my thing at? That's it. There we go. That one. All right, so we're gonna share this. I'm gonna take this off, and so here we go. So here's how it lines up. The winner of Nuggets, Timberwolves move on, and then they'll play the winner of the Clippers and Suns. And on the other side, the Kings and the Warriors will play the winner of the Grizzlies and Lakers. So, and then the other side, we have Bucks, Heat, play the winner Cavaliers, Knicks. 76ers, Nets play the winner of the Celtics and the Hawks. So, looking at that right now, who you have your two favorites in the West to come out of the West? There's your West right there. Can you see it?
Golden
Who comes
State.
out of this right here? Out of these 14? Out of these teams right here? Who comes out of these?
Those right there. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
Comes out of, yeah,
it's gonna be.
Who? Denver.
Denver
comes. No. I mean, who comes out of these four? Who moves on to the Western Conference Final out of these four? Because they're gonna play each other here, and then somebody's gonna come out as a winner out of these four.
I'm gonna go Clippers, man.
Clippers come out of the West on this side. Wow, you got a lot of faith in the Clippers. Okay, and who comes out of this side here? These four teams.
Golden State.
Golden State. Wow. So you got a number 5 seed and a number 6 seed playing in the Western Conference Finals. Wow.
Yep.
I you know what? I'm gonna go favorites here a little bit. I think it might be the Suns and the Grizzlies right here. Suns and the Grizzlies. I got them playing each other here. What about in the East? Who you got coming out of the conference semifinals to go to the finals out of these four?
I'm gonna go Milwaukee.
Milwaukee comes out, okay.
Go
and
Milwaukee.
Then on the other side, who do they play in the Eastern Conference Final out of these teams?
76ers.
76ers? Oh wow. Okay. I'm just gonna go Bucks and the Celtics. I think they're both better than everybody else. I think the 76ers might give the Celtics a game. I don't trust James Harden, in the playoffs. That's my only thing. I don't think James Harden is going to be consistent throughout the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Where's that coming from?
What's that?
I don't know. Whatever that was playing. Did you hear that playing? No?
It's like some music in the background.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my things was going off. So I don't know what it was. It scared me. I was like, "What is that?" I don't know. I didn't know where it was coming from. All right, so that's it, man. Any final thoughts?
Wrap up tomorrow, man. Still wrap up tomorrow.
You want to do a wrap up tomorrow for the playoffs?
Game. Yeah.
For game 1? You want to do? Okay, well, we might do a wrap up.
Let's do the first 3 games tomorrow if we can.
You want to do first 3 games?
It's like same time tomorrow. First 3 games.
But we're just doing just NBA tomorrow wrap up.
NBA tomorrow.
Okay, we can do NBA wrap up. I mean, if the people want it. I don't know. There's 2 people out there right now, but
Hey, bro.
I hit something forward. Yeah, we'll see. See what happens.
I'm free tomorrow.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
Free tomorrow? Oh, I see how you are. You want to do it?
Let's do it, man. Come on.
All right. So we'll do the wrap-up show tomorrow evening. Wrapping up game 1s, talking about who wins tomorrow for the NBA. Thanks for joining us for the episode 47 of The Bottom Line. Tomorrow, big games. Bottom line, tomorrow is, what's tomorrow, the 16th?
Yes, sir.
It'll be the Lakers and the Grizzlies, Heat and the Bucks, Timberwolves, Nuggets, and Clippers, Suns. That'll be a good game, Clippers and Suns. Yeah, we'll come on right after the Clippers and the Suns play. We'll do something like that, all right?
Bro.
All right, and we'll wrap it up for NBA playoffs. They're heating up. The NBA playoffs are heating up, so we'll talk about it, man.
So I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
hey.
bro.
All right, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll see you next time on The Bottom Line. Looks like a good game here with the Kings and the Warriors. Looks like a good game. Going to finish up. All right, here we go.
All right, bro. Till tomorrow.